Greetings. As you know, we are getting ready for the most important election in the history of our beloved nation. And as a retired military veteran of the Vietnam-era war and other wars of this great republic, I warn you all about voting for this man, Donald John Trump. But my fellow Americans put him into office. And if we are not careful, I've already said it nearly 4 years ago, and I will say it again. If we are not careful, we are going to lose this form of government. But we must thank God for allowing this man to be in the Oval Office. You see, God is yet keeping watch over his own. So God gave us Donald Trump as he gave the children of Israel a king, because that's what they wanted. And that king of Pharaoh murdered them, enslaved them, but they got what they wanted. So this is a test for America. And to the Black Americans, as I get ready to close, I want to say this to you. A few minutes ago, I was watching the president speak, and I saw 4 or 5 blacks in the audience. And I'm sitting down here with a group of people at Serenity Church. And something was said to me that inspired me to do this short video. Those black folk in that video looked like they was under some drug or some spell, likened unto the spell of the Leviathan. And I said to these people in Pastor Rowe's office that when that drug wear off of them, they're going to look around and say, where in the hell am I? I know you all don't believe me. My grandma always told me as a child to look into what you've been looking at. Where is Sister Arosa? I think that's her name, Omarosa, the black lady who was all in Trump's basket and under his red hat. Where is she today? Where is those other 2 black women that started out with him? They always had them on the stage in the background behind the president. They had taken that purple pill, or they found themselves under the spell of the Leviathan. Much like those that history records that followed Hitler. Much like those that followed Jim Jones to Guyana and drank that early morning cup of coffee known as the tea. And they died. But I thank God for the real foundation of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhist, and others. Because those who follow the real living God, regardless of what name or title you put on it, it's not that we dislike this president, but we got to call it for what it is. Got to call him for who he is. Some say he's a Christian. Some say he's a great leader. But let me ask you a question. Jesus left, I'm talking the white Jesus. I'm not talking about the white Jesus. You see, the white Jesus that we have been praying to, he haven't answered our prayers. So there's another God. There's another Jesus. This Jesus talk about to tell a good tree. That tree must have branches. Love. Do you see that in Trump? Joy. Do you see that in Trump? Peace. Do you see that in Trump? Long suffering. Do you see that in Trump? They must even have temperance. Do you see that in Trump? Then how can you call him a good man? When you hear of the Soviet Union and Putin paying soldiers to kill American soldiers, what did the president say about it? The white supremacists in Charlottesville, what did he say about it? And now they got something following the Biden bus around, running them off the road. Did he comment on that? Why did he disapprove of American citizens protesting in the streets of America under the rights of the granted under the Constitution of the United States? Because of the black souls that are being shot down by the police officers. All the rioting across America that he talks about. The question is, what was the foundation of the rioting? They didn't riot for nothing. They wasn't even rioting until they started shooting black men down as they did in the days of old. Then blacks started protesting with infiltrators from the other hate groups that moved in among their ranks. And some of them was caught. Some of them were arrested. And they were not black people. If the black man, woman, and their children ever find out the truth of what the white European hid from black folk, we will be free long term. You are the original Hebrews or Israelites or chosen people of the book. Everybody seems to know that, black man, but you. Soon I'm going to post a video on my Boston G.B.R. channel on YouTube. And I want you all to look at the historic record of that land called Akebulan, erroneously called Africa today, so you can better understand your greatness and who you are in relationship to the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah. You are among the Negroids are the 12 tribes of Israel, as documented. I want you to see Africa before the names was changed and before they drugged out the Suez Canal to call it Israel. I want you to see the map that I have in a book I purchased way back. Copyright date 1938. Wherein the state of Israel is not even mentioned on the land mass in that area. That map have Palestine but there is no Israel. But when you open the new Bible, the King James Version, and you look at the new maps, they have removed Palestine. And across that land mass, they got Israel. Now, I wished I had time this morning to break Israel down for you. Israel represents, stands for three gods in one. I'm going to go on it now. I'll wait. Let me close by saying this to you. Go out and vote. Pick up books. Study your own history. Understand that God did not curse you. God blessed you. But what you don't know is your relationship to the God of right and righteousness. There are people among us that are not even human beings. They are beings, but they are not human. God forced John the Revelator out on an isle called Patmos. And God showed him some things, and he tried to tell us about beasts in human form. Jesus said, "Love ye one another as I have loved you." And when you see an image of a human being, and if he does not love you, and if he call you less than a human being, in truth, they are a beast in human form. No human being would just shoot down another human being for nothing. Not even the beast of the field. You don't see where a lion just slaughter a rabbit just for the hell of it, or for the sport of it, or for the lioness of it. They kill for food. They kill to protect and to have security for their place of stay until they move to another location. But we just kill. Not we, but the beasts under the spell of the Leviathan. They will deny your right to vote. They will deny you to be known as a humane being. They'll call you 3/5 of a human being because they are beasts in human form. They will take away your right. They will impregnate your own wife, impregnate your mother, your children, and then give you those children to raise or to kill them, but you won't kill them, so you took care of them yesterday. My grandfather was fathered by a white man. And so I have white blood in me. But it would only take a couple generations if I keep marrying in the black race to purify my blood, according to what is recorded from the ancient of biblical days. And so I close by saying, you go out and vote. When you find a man or woman that will give you the truth, instead of condemning them, appreciate them. You cannot speak the truth unless you are a human being that God have empowered with the power to stand up for what is right in his world. Don't lie anybody to make you hate them like they hate you and those that came before you that were of a darker hue that was the descendants of the original Israelites. In other words, the chosen people of Almighty God. Study to show yourself approved unto God, rightfully dividing the word of truth. Don't just go to church, pay your tithes, sing your songs, make long prayers and supplications to the God you haven't never met, not the real God. Because if you don't stand up for what is right, what is holy, and what is just for other life sources, then you don't know God. You are under the spell of the Leviathan, or because of your hard-headedness, the real living God have turned you over to a reprobated mind, wherein you will believe a lie rather than the truth. Don't allow Trump to Trumpanize you. Don't allow Hitler to empower you to kill modern-day Germans or equivalent thereof in the name of hate and following the spirit of the Leviathan, which comes from the devil himself. And don't deceive yourself. The book says that Satan and his followers have transformed themselves into an angel of light. An angel of light. This is why y'all rush off into the light as the male moth fly into the light of a barn fire, believing that the female is in the fire. And he burned himself up, looking for the mate, because he'd been deceived by the brightness of the flames of fire. So Trump comes as a flame of fire. Many people know him, and yet they fly into the flames of fire. And if we are not careful, we as a people and we as a nation will be destroyed, while the world look on at us and laugh at us. And Mr. Putin will say, I destroyed America without even firing a shot. And them fools didn't have enough sense to see the man that I planted in their courtyard. Then he'll say, y'all have a nice day. You who are black and don't know the greatness of what God made you. I'm not praying for you. I'm not praying for you. I'm praying for myself, because I have failed you in not speaking the truth to you in a way that will enlighten your mind, that will make you get up and stand up as a free man, woman, and children. So in closing, whatever you do today in 2020, keep your mind and your eyes on the prize. Don't let people fool you and tell you that you were cursed and that you cannot be what God intended you to be. You are the best of the best. You are the cream of the crop. You are the gold You're the uranium. You're the precious jewel of the God of our creation. Never forget that. Yeah, you got big lips. You got a big nose. Brown eyes. Kinky hairs, they call it. But you got to understand the greatness of who you are. See, I didn't know when I was younger because I had been incarcerated and indoctrinated by the religious teachers who didn't even know their name, who did not even know their name. When I was young, I wanted to be white. I prayed and asked God to make me a white man. I know a lot of my friends don't want me to say that, but it's the truth. And Jesus said it, ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I hated the blackness of my skin and kin until I started praying to the real God. I stopped praying to the white Jesus. I fell on my way to the bus station, and I found the real Jesus. And I found out who I was. And I found the street called straight, as recorded in the book of Isaiah 35:8. And from that day forward, I chose to walk that street, and I'm walking today. And I want you to be on the street with me as I walk my beat. Because when you get on the street called straight, you are prepared for anything, including death. And in closing, blessed are they which die in the name of the Lord, for they shall rest from their labor. This is why I give you the truth. I've been doing this since 1975, and I ain't no ways tired. A lot of people have listened. A lot of people have rejected me. But Jesus said, I came unto my own, and they received me not. But as many as received me, to them I give power to become the sons of God. Are you a son of God? The minute you get up out of this bed of the Leviathan and you start getting in the bed with Satan and his followers, you will be on your way, traveling on the highway of holiness, as Isaiah 35:8 proclaims. Go out and vote. To the black people who don't know who they are, don't y'all hate them. I'm not asking you to pray for them. Pray for yourself, in that you have not reached them with the truth that you have that will put them on the street called straight. We've prayed for others. Now it's time for us to pray for ourselves. This is why I ask God to bless me. I ask God to allow me to be able to reach those who are blind in this present world. I used to pray for others. Now I pray for me, that He will give me the guidance, that I will be able to break down the spell of the Leviathan, break down the reprobated minds that lives in the house of too many black folk. And they hate themselves. They hate the blackness of their skin and kin. If you don't believe you are blessed, when have you found lice in your hair? Aren't you glad that you are not an enemy to the sun that shines on all life sources and gives it life on the planet? That's why they call us the sun people, because we are about life and not death. So don't you blame others because they can't stand the light. Dogs, I'm from the country, dogs, cows, horses, beasts of the field. We had to spray our hogs for lice and ticks. You black man and woman, they don't even light in your hair. I could tell you some more things about you that you don't know. But you be blessed. I'm not praying for you. I'm praying for me, that I'll be able to help you as God blessed me. Peace be unto you. May God bless you. And may we be a blessing to one another by speaking the truth, because only the truth will set us free. Don't be Trumpanized. Don't worry about Trump. Trump is okay, y'all. Don't blame Trump. Don't hate Trump. Don't let the problems of this world overcome you. We've seen worse days than these. And the God of our ancestors, he brought us through with a smile. That's why I can say today, I don't hate no man on the planet. I don't hate the beast of the field, because in their nature is the nature of the living God, and you cannot overcome what God have put within them. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye. Go.